afternoon. Good. So I'm going to read some stuff from a work in progress tonight. Excuse me if it's a bit obscure. Let me give you some background to it. So this is a series of 33 poems, quite long poems. It's an epic series split into 3 sections. And it's about, I've got no idea what it's about. But it features time travel, it features the mythical Wild West, London in the 70s, and post-World War III Europe. The 2 I'm going to read to you today are from the second section, which is based in London in 1977. It's called Slingtown Massacre, this section. And in here you'll meet 2 characters. One is Odyssey. You know your Greek myths. She was the daughter of Pasiphae and King Minos, sister to Ariadne, half-sister to the Minotaur, Asterion. And the other character is Johnny Who, who's a Native American, and he's the owner of a time machine that was made by Daedalus. Both are like Vonnegut's Billy Pilgrim. They're unstuck in time. And this section finds them living in a squat in London in 1977, and so Odyssey is planning a terrorist bombing. I should speak up.
No, you're okay.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, just keep going on your way.
I shall. So we have some background to this.
Here comes Johnny Who now with his sadness and scars and time machine.
Dark matter, or I am 7,000 years old. Here comes Johnny Who now, with his sadness and scars and time machine. Pines for certainty. Isn't he lonely? Only fools believe art is a serious matter. As in Odyssey, the boy with the cinnamon eyes says the world would be right if it could buy the truth from you, Johnny New. What's that? Ideas about death are so ingenuous. Thring killed Salamanca, killed Hamlet. Elizondo killed Snell, killed Langmore. Burnett killed O'Kelly, killed Ford, killed James, killed Cheats. And so on. Jabouge, that's all, says Johnny, pinned prone by the moon to the surface, the black backwaters skittled around by the untethered globes. Roll, bitch, and you, Zeno, your epistemology, your episiotomy cicatrices, your C-section scars, your anger, your askew. Askew. A thing of brass. Jay runs his hand over the ivory, bits of grass and moss upon the lower parts. He felt the rail of it, brown spots, smears, ivory, ebony, translucent, glimmering quartz, solid to the touch, squat and ugly, and askew, a thing of brass, and bus stop, a torn poster, dark matter, sticker, no mass, on plastic glass, whoop. No, a very faint tinkling, an inkling of some otherness. We have only to identify the point where the imagined house does not coincide with the real house, and then find it. In anxiety, one feels uncanny. One is not at home. The everyday publicness of the day, which brings tranquilized self-assurance with all its obviousness, breaks down. Everyday familiarity collapses. One is no longer at home. I am not the first person, but I am in the first person. Or should I say, the first person is in me. Says Zeno to Johnny, but this house was built from my own spigging. in an admixture of the devil's spunk. We are born of the slime, and to slime we shall return. And in our arid interlude, it behoves us to not decry the viscous, the slow drip. It has 7 staircases, 8 steps from cellar to kitchen, 2 kitchen to hall, 12 to first landing, 5 to next, 9 to next, and 8 or 11 to the loft, where we will abide, Johnny O, and so forth. Nothing is communicable to men by the art of writing, so that is what must be transmitted.
Exegesis and vaticination.
Lost and found, or the existential, yes. Exegesis and vaticination, what's not to understand? So an Odyssey gave birth to a mother to fulfill Daedalus's prophecy, and now sends for her help to help with the upper street bombings. She hates her, but she knows she's good at being bad. Much weirder shit happens later, knowing he's always more or less pretending to know. Do keep up, will you? In the area, there's quite a strong national front, that sort of mentality, and skinheads, football fans, bingo players, you know, basic working class. The locals are pretty much all against squatters. Responses to the question of motivation were no less predictable if one knew the cultural script which actors in such social dramas are assigned. The familiar composite of stereotypes and set scenes was assembled. So, mindless anarchists, psychopaths, drugs, students, sex orgies in Slingtown, cloak and dagger expeditions through the back streets of the major European capitals. A series of grim, first-person statements, Anabaptist, arranged in a chronology of how the members became pies. Involved and organised, but then, how much of this is imaginative reconstruction, and that, how, now, it was not possible to leave the place before the sun had risen. I had intended to travel onto the mountains, but now this old place drew me. I could not leave it, and yet there seemed no place I could find shelter. I walked back and forth for some time, while the sun rose up swiftly over the blue-green ocean. I saw ruins standing up from the earth, and when I walked towards them, saw that the massive stone had once been a very large house, or a meeting or storage place. Dry stone walls were whole, reaching up perhaps 50 feet. The floor was a mosaic in blue and green, and gold doors led off at the corners into smaller rooms with lower walls, but there were no roofs or ceilings. The sun itself poured down like silver. The interior became all sharp, black shadows.
The floor was a mosaic in blue, green and gold doors led off at the corners into smaller rooms with low walls, but there were no roofs or ceilings. The sun itself poured down like silver. The interior became all sharp black shadows.
Thank you.